Hi, hello everyone, and welcome to my channel. I'm Mimi, and today I'm going to be talking about shoes. Shoes are something that I have been ranting about all over the internet. Shoes' main function is to protect your feet from injury and elements, to keep them warm and dry. Shoes are also a major fashion statement, a powerful one, because they can make or break your outfit. And if you can't find shoes, that is highly problematic. I have naturally wide, low volume, which means a skinny foot. I do not have a plus size foot. My wide feet are not caused by injury or disease or weight. My feet are built that way. There's nothing I can do to shrink them. That's not going to happen. But I love fashion, and a lot of my fashion choices are dictated by the shoes that I can find. If I'm wearing a highly sophisticated outfit and my only shoe option is a tennis shoe, that's problematic, because now there's a huge mismatch between the clothes and my footwear, and I literally have no options. So today I'm going to be showing you exactly what I mean by this and exactly how problematic it is to not be able to find the footwear that you need. It is highly problematic. If I need snow boots, there are almost none made wide enough for my feet, or anyone else's foot for that matter. When you read the reviews, they're either extremely cheap or outrageously expensive, and the cheap ones they're not wide enough. And it's a really sad fact that 1 in 3 people need a wide or double wide shoe, and that's regardless of weight. Regardless. So you can be plus size and have a naturally low volume foot, which is skinny like mine, and still have wide feet. Or you can be like me, skinny with a low volume foot, and I have wide feet. So it's regardless of size. Most people are wearing their shoes too narrow. So let's get into how powerful shoes are with outfits. I'm going to be showing you 2 pair and just switching it up. So let's get started. Okay, let's start off with this pair of shoes right here. These are by KB Zone. These are ugly. They're just ugly. They're knit. They have a barefoot sole because they are barefoot shoes. Not all barefoot shoes are ugly, by the way. They're just hard to get because they're mostly made in Ukraine, the UK, or someplace in Europe where you cannot get them because of import fees and they're price prohibitive. But this pair is available on Amazon, and they're stretch knit. These are so ugly. These are actually my dress shoes for special occasions. I dress them up by putting shoe clips on the front. But let me show you what these look like on my feet. So this is the shoe, and they look marginally better on the foot, but it's not my preference. I would prefer a sleek leather loafer, and they're just not made. But these are comfortable. The only other thing that I dislike about this shoe, which is highly problematic, is that these will not protect your feet from the elements. If it's cold outside and you wear these, you will freeze. And if it's damp outside, you will feel, your feet will be wet. They will be wet, and you will feel the cold creep up your legs. This is highly problematic if you have feet like mine. My foot is nearly 4 inches wide because you really can't find shoes for cold weather or rain or hiking or anything else. So this is my only option for dress-up shoes, really, for skirts and dresses. And the way I play these off when I'm wearing more elevated outfits like this is I pair them with a boho bag. I make it look intentional. So I'm going to show you another pair of shoes that I would wear with this. Unfortunate that they are also stretch shoes. These are Baccia shoes, and these are also stretch knit. These are my preferred shoes for this outfit because they're less dumpy. They're also narrow, more narrow. These are wide, but I mean more narrow than the other shoe, the KB Zone. Here's the KB Zone, and here's the Baccia. Look at that. Look at how narrow that is. It's like half an inch, I think. The only reason why I can get away with wearing this one is because this fabric stretches. It stretches. So you can literally see my foot if you look closely. Let me turn this down. Busting out of the shoe. And as you can tell, my foot is perfectly settled in the other one, but I prefer the look of this shoe. This is a more elegant shoe. And with this outfit, it's just a more polished, elegant, and put together look. It doesn't look like I don't have to try to hide the fact that I'm wearing ugly shoes with this one. I can carry a more elevated and beautiful handbag. Now, boots are even more problematic for me because there isn't a wide width boot on the market that isn't made for somebody plus size with a high volume foot. No, the high volume foot part isn't the problem, it's the boot shaft. Because not everybody has wide feet has a plus size leg. So I get around this by buying ankle length shoes, preferably ones that are adjustable, like these. These are Comfortiva. These I've had forever. They are old. I baby them. I keep them oiled and stained and everything else. And they still make this style. They're beautiful, but they are meant for thicker legs than mine. I have a thin ankle and a normal size calf, and so I have to adjust the lacing on these so much so that they're literally almost, when I'm wearing like this, so that they stay snug to my leg and I don't slip out. I also have a narrow heel, but I don't consider that as problematic as all the other parts of my foot anatomy, like the width. So let me show you what these look like. So that's this boot, and I'll zoom in so you can see what I mean by the laces being so snugly tightened that the boot almost overlaps because it's meant for a bigger, thick ankle and leg than mine. I wish I could get beautiful boots. I want boots with kitten heels and beautiful toe tips that'll fit my foot, but they're just not made, and it's highly problematic for the style I want to go for because I can't get the shoes. These are these are the prettiest boots that I own, by the way, but it's really hard to wear these with dressier things other than jeans. We put on the other one. So that's the other boot. Now, another problem with these boots are they're very expensive. I got them at a deep discount because this color was discontinued years ago, before COVID actually, and I'm afraid to wear them to walk around a lot. I wear them with extreme care because I can't ruin these shoes. I can't afford to replace them. That's how expensive getting a nice pair of leather boots is for somebody with wide feet. And the affordable options are this. That's it. Barefoot. The cheap barefoot shoes that are made of knit that protect your feet from nothing. Yes, they're comfortable to walk in. No, they're not good for protecting your feet from cold weather or rain or anything, really. If the weather is not good, you can't wear these out. So this is my favorite shoe with this outfit. This is the second option. But other than that, I mean, it goes from dumpy, better. I have no best. For me, this is the best option. So I wanted to highlight this for you and show you that your footwear can really highly impact the clothes that you are able to wear and the fashions that you are able to take part in. Because how can you wear a elegant bodycon evening gown if your only option is a silver tennis shoe? Why would you do that? You're going to have to make your outfit a little more fashion forward or grunge it up to make it look like it was a legitimate fashion choice when it was not. It's because it's the only option you have. So if you also find this highly problematic and you're willing to get on the bandwagon and make a change, I will have a link for my change.org petition and also to my Reddit, where we're going to talk about how we can get the companies to actually change and offer wide width shoes, and not just for a niche market, because wide feet do not mean you're old. They don't mean you have diabetes. They don't mean that you need an ugly stretch shoe. They don't mean that you're obese. It's the way you're built, and you can't change that. It's your literal foot shape. And all people deserve beautiful shoes that fit, not just who the market deems is valuable. Because the reason why they're not selling wide width shoes is because they're ugly or overly expensive. So let's please, please, please have a heart and a revolution, because this is size discrimination. It truly is size discrimination, and it's one of the last bastions of size discrimination. We need to be loud, we need to be vocal, and we need to start realizing that unless we take a stand, the corporations that run the show are not going to change. So that's my video for today. Please like and subscribe. My name's Mimi, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.